Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Listen, do me a favor and go ahead and put your city and state in the chat. Let's give it up. So excited because today is the first ever Love Doesn't Hurt conference, and I'm so excited to have you guys here. Listen, if you are watching us live in the chat right now, go ahead and let us know what city and state you're chiming in from. Also, please make sure that you go ahead and register for this event. I guess I should add that in on the screen. Let me see. Can I add that in real quick? Because I want you guys to make sure that you are registered. So you want to go to www.lovedoesn'thurtbook.com. Oh, you can see it right behind me right there. Lovedoesn'thurtbook.com. Make sure y'all go ahead and register because we're going to be doing some giveaways, guys. And in order to win, you actually have to be registered. Okay. So make sure you go ahead to lovedoesn'thurtbook.com, register. And again, for those who are joining us, go ahead and let us know what city and state that you guys are chiming in from. We have Daphne, Alabama here. Hello. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and step out of the way of greatness because this event is not about me. I'm going to be behind the scenes and we're going to introduce the young lady who put this book together. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is doing some incredible things, not just right here in the nation of the United States of America, but all across the world. Y'all, she is doing, when I tell you, I was telling someone today, she's doing what many people may call decoration or coming in to kind of fix up your house and literally changing the game when it comes to creating a space of peace, creating a space of growth and encouragement. Guys, she's doing tremendous things in that space. But today, she is shifting gears because she and her fellow co-authors are launching the inaugural Love Doesn't Hurt. And this is also celebrating the collaboration book. And so, y'all, let's go ahead and drop those dollar signs, drop some emojis, whatever you want to drop in the chat to celebrate this young lady. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Karen Larkin.
What up? Hello, everyone. Hello. Oh my goodness, I'm elated. I'm excited. We have worked so hard and been on pins of anticipation, waiting for this day. And it is finally here. The Love Doesn't Hurt Conference. Yes. And I couldn't have done this without my amazing other co-authors. I'm telling you, I am so excited. Not only that you get to hear from me, but you get to hear from these beautiful ladies that have joined me in this project. Taria, thank you for that grand introduction. But hello, everyone. My name is Karen Larkin, for those that do not know me, and I help those that deal with depression, being overwhelmed, procrastination. I help them create peaceful and tranquil environments that will promote productivity and creativity, decrease stress and anxiety, all while promoting your overall well being. I am the interior designer of life coaching to get your life together, whether that's personal or professionally. I'm the designer that you need. So, let me share a little bit about this project. This is our amazing book, yes, entitled Love Doesn't Hurt: Rebuilding and Embracing Love Again After Abuse. Um, I'm quite sure those that have tuned in, whether you're listening live or whether you registered and you are live with us right here, I know all of us can relate to some type of abuse, whether we personally experienced it, whether we know someone that experienced it, whether it's a coworker. We all know or can relate to abuse. So when I am a survivor of domestic violence, and I decided after being married to an amazing man of 22 years, my loving and supportive husband, Karen Larkin, that love doesn't hurt. I want to be able to share not only just my experience, but let others know as well that, you know what, love doesn't hurt. Abuse is one thing that we can do without. But the thing about it, I've also ran into women that has been stuck in that cycle of abuse. And sometimes we just don't know how to get out. We just don't know how to break free. So, because it was dear to me and because it was something that I experienced, but I've also experienced what love really is, I wanted to be able to share this with other women, with other people that may not know how or may find themselves still stuck. And so I didn't want to do it alone because I know that I was not the only one that has been through abuse, healed from it, but have moved on and now living a flourish and loving and thriving life. So this is how this project came about, and I have seven other amazing women in this story, in this book, telling their stories. But the beautiful thing about it, they also share how they push through it. They're sharing their victories, their triumph, their resilience, their strength. You can see it all in this book. And I'm super excited about it. Um, and we will share with you how you can get a copy of this book, whether it's through myself or any other of my amazing co-authors. We want you guys to have a copy or be able to get this and give it to someone that you know may be dealing with abuse or may have dealt with it but still find themselves stuck and just don't know how to embrace and love again. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead on and get into our first guest speaker for the evening. This young lady is not only a co-author of the book, and her story in this book is truly, truly amazing. But I also know her personally. She's an amazing artist, an amazing tattoo artist, has in our local area, she's the first African American tattoo artist to own a shop or a studio. And I'm excited to know that I know her. I've connected with her, and without further ado, for her to be able to tell you a little bit about herself and for her to speak to you all on tonight, I'm gonna get out the way and introduce, put your hands together for Miss Antoinette Rims.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. First off, thank you, Miss Karen, for that lovely intro. My name is Antoinette Reams. I'm the first Black female to open a shop here in the local area of Millersville, Georgia. I've been in the tattoo industry for over 14 years, and I decided to go into business myself when COVID hit back in 2020. And a part of what I want to talk about today is not only about the book, but really what I want to be able to do to help others. And Miss Karen, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and this platform to do so, because I do feel our book will touch others' hearts. And then I want to also help other people, women such as myself, single mothers who are on an entrepreneurial path. So basically, today I want to talk about something that is crucial for everyone in the growth of success of their business. My goal is to help entrepreneurs, especially single mothers. I am a single mother of four, so I get it. I do understand, and I want to be able to help guide you on your steps as to creating advertisement for your business. When I first started, again, I had no clue where to start. I basically got up every morning, took care of my kids, and thought, okay, what's the next step with the business? I finally did a little research, and then I realized these key factors, which these things are five non-negotiables so that your business does increase and that you will receive that revenue that you're looking for. In a world of competition and fierce advertising and attention, seeking attention from short span individuals, effective advertising can make a world of difference in your business. And it is also the key. So basically, let's go ahead and dive into the powerful five topics that you need to know for your business. The main one is basically investing into an SEO. And if you're not sure what that is a search engine optimization. So for your business, it needs to be visible. And the main thing is to reach for people to be able to contact you and to reach out to you. So with that, you would need to basically get advertising for with companies such as Google, so people can easily contact you. Now, my struggle was that I wasn't sure where to start, but when I did learn the area or learn this particular topic, I learned to optimize to the maximum ability by looking and seeing what the local competition was to me. So, local tattoo shops where there aren't that many in the area, but the few that are here, I looked and saw their reviews and saw that, hey, okay, if they have 100 reviews and they're only at like 2.5, maybe 3, if I come in and at least get 20 plus reviews, 5 stars, and I will be ranked number one in the area. So with that bit of information, I took that and ran with it. And because of that, I am still, the shop is still number one in the area. So you want to use relative keywords in those search engines, as well as optimize for mobile search engines as well. So companies like Google, such as Google Voice, you want to be able to also invest, put your money into that so that people can simply, for example, look up Black Barbie Inc., which is a tattoo shop here, and be able to find it locally. By improving your SEO, your attraction to organic traffic will then begin, and then you'll start to see an influx in your clientele. Also, you want to collaborate with influencers. Influencers included into your marketing is one of the fastest growing things. Now, you may not be able to get in contact with high end celebrities in that field, but what you can do is reach out to your local community, those who have businesses, who have pop up shops, collaborate with them, and then work with them so that you can get your business more visibility. And also, it helps with your branding and creating those close relationships with those individuals. When they have other things going on, they will consider your business and then invite you to those as well. That way you can continue to build your clientele. For example, I went to Trinidad back in February of last year, and then the company that came to pick us up, they picked us up in a Mercedes SUV. And then by the end of the trip, they asked us if we could go ahead and create like a little commercial almost, basically telling our experience with everything so that they could go ahead and use it for promotion. So with that collaboration, now when I come down to Trinidad, or when I do go back out to Trinidad, I will have that exposure, and clients will be more aware of who I am. So those are the first two things. The next thing is utilizing your email marketing. That is one of the biggest key. I believe that is should be actually ranked number 2 after the Google search. Because of that, you are able to you have that constant communication with the individuals or clients that you meet. So with those emails, you're able to market and do ads and continue sending those out. And you will be surprised how many people actually respond to an email before they do a text message or a phone call. So with that, if you include that into your rotation of advertising and marketing, you'll be fine. By building an email list or offering incentives like discounts and resources, you'll gain more clients. Send personalized or engaging content such as newsletters, ads about whatever special you have going on, or different things that you may be doing locally. As long as you include that in your email, then you will continue on with the engagement of those clients and receive repeat clients, and then they will also refer people out to you. And then lastly, I want to talk about the leverage of the social media platforms. So everyone's not a superstar, but you want to use your platforms to the best of your ability. So what you would like to do is not only post, but you would prefer to use the ads that are provided on these things, basically like Facebook and Instagram. If you go to those and pay out, you can pay $20, $40. It'll last you 5 to maybe 10 days, and those ads will continue to run and people will inquire to whatever product or service that you are providing. So with knowing these things, especially with the ads on social media, you will gain more clientele. You will then see that increase of revenue, and then those things that you did not have any idea about before, now you do know. For example, anytime that I do tour, I make sure I market to different cities that I go to. So if I'm going to Baltimore, I'll put out an ad in Baltimore. So that way clients are reaching out to me trying to understand, get a quote on whatever price of a tattoo that they're interested in, along with Atlanta or any other city. If you continue to market to these different areas, you'll get clients rather than within your local area. So basically, those are the 5 things that you want to know so that your business can improve and that you can gain that revenue that you're looking for in the end. And then that concludes everything that I wanted to say. Miss Karen, again, I wanted to say thank you for having me and having me a part of this. I truly appreciate the opportunity. I thank you for my segment in the book. Um, it is very true to my heart. I started off at a rough start, and because of those life experiences with mental and physical abuse, it made me into a better person and push more into a craft that I love doing. And now I'm able to help others around me.
Thank you, Antoinette. Oh my goodness. Did you all find, if you found that information to be very, very helpful, how about you drop a one or a two, a one in the chat? Let us know that that information was good. Cuz we all know the importance of building that revenue. We all want to build revenue, those that are entrepreneurs, and a lot of times we just need little help on just giving us some strategies and some tips. And Antoinette, I thank you for those amazing tips. And I've even gained a few myself from that. So thank you. And I do not have my schedule to see what is.
Look at look, I'm over here laughing and muted. We're gonna bring up, the evangelist, darling. So that's who's next. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it back over to you.
Excuse me. Thank you. Because I left it, but I'll make sure I get it. So I won't do this again. Well, so now we're getting ready to bring up our second keynote speaker of the evening. Oh my goodness, I'm in awe to introduce young this young lady. Let me put it to you like this. This young lady, I have gotten to know her, become very, very fond of her, and actually just adore her, love her. I see her out here and what she's doing after retirement. And I'm just telling you, if you are not doing what you're supposed to do as an entrepreneur, I'm telling you, you need to watch her and watch her moves, because I'm telling you, she got something on y'all young people. So It gives me great pleasure and an honor. Not only is Dr. Evangelist Bertha Winston, not only is she a co-author in this book, but I'm telling you, when y'all see her, you're gonna be surprised because you're gonna be like, she killing it. Yes, she is. Miss Bertha is speaking globally. Miss Bertha is international. Miss Bertha is out here in these streets doing the thing. She is moving and shaking. Her business is growing. So I bring to the stage no other than Dr. Evangelist Bertha Winston.
Hey, 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 y'all. Can you hear me out there? Oh, I'm so excited, Karen, for you and this platform. Thank you so much for having me. I am Dr. Bertha Winston, and I help retirees and those who are planning on retiring, which I hope you all are, eliminate debt, retire debt free, and repair your credit. This is a passion of mine that I've been working on since the age of 62. So you could guess the other part of my age. But anyway, this is something that I really love doing. And today, I just want to give you some tips on how to prepare yourself for retirement. Because if you have a 9 to 5, you planning on retiring one day. I pray that you are. Because, and age doesn't have anything to do with when you retire. You can retire at 30, 35, 40. you know they put a year on when you can retire. You can retire whenever you have enough money to retire. That's what's going to matter, if you have the money. So retiring is a major transition, and it requires careful planning. You got to plan. You can't just wake up tomorrow and say, I'm going to retire, if you don't have the funds and you don't have a plan. Because I always like this quote: if you if you fail to plan, then obviously you fail to plan. So you have to make some plans. If you have a 9 to 5, now is the time to start. Don't wait till you get 62 like I did. I'll tell you about that later. But number one, you want to assess your financial situation. That's what you have to do. You calculate your total savings, your investment, your pensions, and your expected Social Security benefits. If you are still working, if you work in a private, you have Social Security being taken out of your paycheck. So at a certain age, at age 62, you can start drawing your Social Security. I wouldn't advise you to start drawing it at 62 if you are still working, because once you hit age 67 or whatever your age, you'll get to work as much as you want, and they will not penalize you and take money out of your check. That's what I did. I decided I was working and I was making good money and I loved my job. So I didn't take Social Security at 62. I took Social Security at 65, 67. At 67, I can make as much money as I want and they will not take any money, because Uncle Sam took enough money out of me when I was working. So when my Social Security come, I didn't want anything to interfere with it. So you want to do that. And you have to have a certain quota if you're in private in order to retire, to get your Social Security. I think it's like 49. So you have to have at least 49 quarters in order to get that. So you want to check that out. And I mean, sometimes circumstances happen where you have to take your Social Security at 62. But if you could wait until your retirement age, it'll be more beneficial to you. So the next thing I want to talk about, the second step is you need to pay off the debt. You know, Reducing your debt before retirement frees up your money for your living expenses. You don't want to retire. You want to have the same lifestyle that you have when you were working. Like me, I retired when I 23, December 29. I've been to Ghana, I've been to Dubai, I've been to Canada. I'm just traveling and being on platforms and international as well as um, international and global. So these are the things you want to take into consideration when you want to retire. You want to retire and be debt free. So pay off all those debts, you know, the high interest debt, your credit cards, your personal loan, as soon as possible. Start doing it now. Don't wait till time for you to retire. Start doing it now. I love this quote as well. You don't have to be great to get started, but you do have to get started to be great. So let's start now. If you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever age you are, it's never too late. I started late, but I got it done. So let's start now. And you'd be surprised if you start putting that money aside now and paying off debt when you retire, how much money? You may be a millionaire. The next thing I want to say, the tip number 3, create a budget. Create a retirement budget. Your retirement income may be lower than your working income. So it's a budget. Budgeting is wisely. You have to start cutting back. Don't have to eat out every day. Take your lunch. You don't have to go to Starbucks every day. Um, Get a little coffee pot in your office. Make your own coffee. You have to start somewhere. So why not start cutting back now, since you know that you want to retire? So start doing that. List your monthly expenses: housing, healthcare, food, entertainment, and just go from there and just list everything and just start cutting back. Stop buying unnecessary things that you don't need. Most of the stuff we buy, we don't really need it anyway. We just want it because we could buy it. When you retire, you're not going to have as much income if you don't start planning now. And then most of the people say, well, I'm living on a fixed income. What's fixed about it? You don't want to be on a fixed income. You want to be on an income where you can do what you want to do, when you want it, and how you want it. The next tip is maximize your retirement contributions. You want to, if your job is giving you a 401k or TSP, uh, whatever they give, whatever they have on that job, start maxing out your 401k. If you are on the job and they do have that kind of entity, and you are not putting money in, you're leaving money on the table because that money is tax deferred. When you get your check, IRS already taking your money. They didn't work for your money. You was the one working. They didn't ask your permission. You go to work every day. When you get your paycheck, they take your money right off the top and don't even ask you. And because of that, I made up in my mind. I started working the 10-10-80 rule. Pay God his 10% if you are not a Christian, or you could donate to charitable institutions, but 10% to God, 10% to myself and yourself. You want to pay yourself because you're working. It's your money. It's not IRS money. And you also want to, the 80%, you do whatever. But you want to take that 80% and use it wisely. You could cut back on, your spending habits. You could cut back on some of your phone whistles. We don't use all the whistles that we have on our phone. There are so many ways we could cut costs. And when we cut those costs, we need to take that money and invest it somewhere in a IRA annuity, or a Charles Schwab, or a Fidelity, or S&P. We need to take control of our finances now. And we can see what's going on in the economy now, our situation with the new administration, people losing their jobs. I would encourage you, if you can, to start a business, because nothing is promised. No jobs are promised to you. You can walk in tomorrow and just like it happened, and they tell you you're fired or you got to go. So you need to start making some plans now. Again, if you fail to plan, obviously you failed. You're gonna plan to fail. Okay. And number 5, review your healthcare options. Healthcare is one of the biggest expenses in retirement. Planning ahead can save you money. Enroll in a Medicare at 65. Explore your supplemental insurance plan. Consider long-term care. If you retire before 65, Find an alternative health care, because when you retire, and if your job is putting in the pot for your retirement, well, trust me, when you leave that job, you're not taking the insurance with you, and it's much higher after you retire or after you leave that job. So you need to start making these plans now. We as minority, we don't plan properly. Ask me how I know, because I was there. I was once there. But it's not too late. It's You can start now. So determine your retirement age and Social Security strategy. Again, I talked about that a little earlier. Decide when you want to retire or when you are going to retire, and decide review your Social Security statement. A lot of us don't do that. You need to review your statement to see if you have the quotas, the 49 quotas that you need. If not, if you retire, you won't be able to get your Social Security. You have to have those quotas. Consider delay. Like I said, consider delaying your benefit. You could delay it to 70 if you want it. You'll get probably a third more if you don't take it at 62, 65, or 67. You take it at 70, you'll even get more. So if you are married, research your spouse's survival benefits. That's what I'm going to do for my husband. They have a survival claim that you can claim also. That my friend from Social Security that thinks she's on this, yeah, there she is, Miss Dr. Lena Payton Webb. She told me that my husband could apply for a spousal claim because he doesn't have enough quotas. He has only 19. And if you have to have 49, then he needs to have some more. Consider downsizing or relocating where you live. You may have to find a more reasonable place with housing and for your retirement expenses. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to relocate, do that. Um, Number 8, develop a withdrawal strategy. And this is where we all drop the ball. If you put money aside and have it automated, chances are you are not going to pull it out like tomorrow. I would like for you to automate your money, and if you could put $25, $50 where you can't speedily get to it. And that way you're going to think about, well, should I pull this money out or shouldn't I pull it out? So if you 25, 50, $75, have it automated. Don't put it in a bank because the bank does not give you interest. You want to put it in a place where it will accrue interest every month or every week, like a S&P 500, like a Fidelity investment or Charles Schwab. You can open up a Fidelity account with like $5. But I would encourage you to at least start with $25 or $50. And if you start now, you'll be surprised. By the time you retire, you could be a millionaire. So let's think about those things. We don't think about those things until it's too late. And the fifth one, prepare your lifestyle change. Change some things. Do some volunteer work, part-time employment, stay engaged, plan social activities, avoid being lonely and maintain your mental health. So there are a lot of things that you could do right now that could help you curtail your finances. And the last one I want to talk about, meet with a financial advisor. If you don't understand, if you don't know what to do and how to do it, get with a financial advisor. He would advise you. The first consultation is free, and he could tell you. That's what I did. Now, I'm going to give you my little testimony. At age 62, I decided I wanted to retire, and I had not planned properly. I was living paycheck to paycheck. My credit card was my uh, emergency fund. I didn't have no emergency fund. I didn't have no investments, and I just was jacked. I was jacked up. My credit was jacked up, and everything just was not working. So I end up started working some strategies, because if you don't change what you're doing, you're going to be getting the same result. So I had to change something. So I said, okay, if I plan to retire, I have to make some adjustments. So I start making those adjustments. working strategies, eliminating my debt, getting my credit repaired, and the debt was jacked up too, and started investing, started getting an emergency fund. And I tell you, after 10 years, I was able to retire debt free because I made up in my mind, if I keep doing the same thing that I'm doing, I'm going to keep getting the same results. So I want to encourage you today to start now. You don't have to wait until time to retire. If you start now, you look up, you might be a millionaire by the time you retire. So those are my tips for you today, and I pray that you will get something from that. Those tips that I did. I'm a living proof. I started at 62. I am now 74. I retired 1 year ago, December 23rd, 2023. So, and I'm still going for it. I'm going different places, global, international, teaching these strategies because they work, but you got to work them. So that's my time, and I thank you for yours.
Right. Well, listen. We are having a phenomenal time right now, and I wanted to
Thank
give.
you, Miss Bertha.
Yes, indeed. Thank you,
That
Bertha.
was amazing topic
Uh oh, can
and
y'all hear
something that
me?
we all need to talk
Oh, y'all can. She just can't hear me.
okay. And it's something that we should always keep that in the forefront of our mind, is our retirement and what's, because we don't know what's gonna happen. So thank you for those amazing tips and strategies on what we need to do. So now we are getting ready
Can you hear me, Karen?
for some giveaways.
I don't think she can, but that's okay.
Is she?
Everybody, go ahead and type hashtag
She
love in
got
the
booted
chat.
off?
Hashtag love in the chat. Hold on, let me see if I can tell her to turn up the volume. Okay, so yes, everybody type hashtag love in the chat. This is what enters you to
Well,
win.
I do have a
However,
giveaway
guys,
if
hold
we're
on.
waiting for Aunt Taria to come back
No problem.
to do
Let,
the
let's let us.
drawing for our first giveaway.
Okay, what we got? What we got? What is the giveaway?
You know, this is what happened. Hey, everyone. Hello.
Hi. She can't hear me.
Hi.
This is so funny. Hold on, let me pull up real quick. Let me try to pull up myself. Okay, real quick. So, real quick, can you hear me, Karen? No, can't hear me. So, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, yay. Okay, she can hear me now,
Yes.
y'all. Yay. All right. So, what we're doing right now is everybody is typing hashtag love, which enters you to win. And so, if you see right down here below us, guys, your name is being added. However, the other requirement is that you must also be registered for this conference. So you must be going to lovedoesn'thurtbook.com. Lovedoesn'thurtbook.com. It takes 2 seconds to submit your information. But as you can see, everybody's name that is putting hashtag love, you're being automatically entered. But again, in order to win, side note, everybody that registers for the conference, we're going to be sending you guys a free gift. So you must register and then put #love. So if you just put love, that don't work. It's got to be #LOVE. So #LOVE, which enters you guys to win. All right. Now, Karen, what do we have? What is going to be the giveaway that we're
Well, our
offering?
first giveaway is going to be a $25 Amazon gift card.
Everybody type the $ in the chat if you know you was on Amazon within the past 24 hours. type a $ in the chat if you were on Amazon within the past 24 hours. Guys, we love Amazon. And
Yes.
we definitely love Amazon, right? So the website, again, it's right here on the screen. If you're not able to remember it, it says Love Doesn't Hurt. It's over here. Y'all see the website? lovedoesn'thurtbook.com. Love Doesn't Hurt Book. So make sure every single person that's watching this, you automatically will qualify. We'll tell you what the giveaway is going to be. Deshonda said literally in the past hour. Okay. So everybody, you're going to be receiving a free gift. We'll tell you what that gift is for registering for the conference. But as long as you put #love, we're about to spin to win. So let's go ahead and see who the winner is, Karen, of the
Whoop, whoop.
$25 giveaway.
I don't see.
Uh-oh, we lost Karen. Smith. Congratulations to Bertha Smith. Bertha, you must also be registered, so make sure that you're registered. We will send you an email when you register with your first and last name. Of course, we're able to find you because you're registered under that name. So make sure that you register. Karen, you missed it. Bertha Smith is our winner of the $25 Amazon gift card. $25 Amazon gift card. Can you hear me, Karen?
I see it is Bertha Smith,
Okay.
but I can't hear Taria, and for whatever reason, I keep getting booed off.
Oh, Lord. That's the
Mm,
disrespect.
I don't know why.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to hopefully, hold on. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, there she is. She's back. So, well, what we're going to do now is we're going to get ready for the panel. And so, real quick, though, Karen, I'm going to bring it over to you. I'm going to play the Sister to Sister podcast video again. But can you introduce your podcast and then we will bring our amazing panel up?
Okay. Hello, I am the host of Sister to Sister podcast, and it is a podcast of women for women of color about women of color. I don't know why I keep getting boot off. I don't know if it's something that I'm doing. Technology. And we can't hear Taria. Wow.
Just go ahead and share with us, Sister to Sister.
We both, I think I got booted off.
everybody. So, this is Karen's incredible podcast, and she's going to tell you guys a little bit about it. If she gets booted off, that's okay. When she come right back in, she's going to tell you about it as well. So, Karen, she just got booted off again. I don't know what is going on here. But what we're going to do now, guys, go ahead and drop in the chat, in the comment space, where you guys are chiming in from. We see so many amazing people here. So, shout out to Uncommon Ministries. Hello, hello, hello. We've got King Dre in the house. Hello, hello. Again, our winner, Bertha Smith. Make sure, everybody, that you also register for this event so you can get the free gift. We have LH. What's going on? Ladrika Winston. Hello, Ladrika. Deshonda Jennings. Enel Height. We have so many people that are tuning in. So, yes, so excited to have you guys here. So, let's go ahead and have Karen to explain to us a little bit about her new show, the Sister to Sister. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna just go to the panel. So, can you hear me, everybody? Give me a thumbs up, all of our panelists. Can y'all hear me? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring on the panel. So, and then we'll have Karen talk about Sister to Sister later on. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up the panel.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. If we would just go starting with, because the way I'm looking at it, I see Miss Bertha, then Lena, and then Antoinette, and then Moyetta, excuse me. So that's how I see it on my end. So thank you. This is the amazing co-authors. Give yourself a hand, ladies. Yes. I know we're missing a few. And I told them to come on. It was time for them to get on. So they still may be dragging behind, but nevertheless, we're gonna go ahead on if we can start. With Miss Bertha, and I want everybody to introduce themselves, please.
Am I muted? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, all right. My name is Dr. Bertha Winston, and I help individuals who are retiring eliminate debt, repair their credit free.
Hello, Miss Bertha.
Yes,
Dr.
ma'am.
Dr. Lena.
Your
We're having
volume,
a hard time hearing
I can
you,
hear you now.
Lena.
Yeah. Is mother. What's the word? Mother.
You sound muffled.
Muffled. That's the word.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say something?
It's still muffled.
Okay. Antoinette?
She
Or did she-
disappeared.
Okay. Moyetta?
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I
All
can.
right. Well, I am Dr. Manetta Hainsworth, and I empower women affected by domestic violence on their journey to healing and wholeness through personalized education and compassionate consultation, helping them rebuild their lives with strength and resilience.
Okay, my name is Antoinette, and I help single mothers who are entrepreneurs on a path of advertising their business. That way, they can not only gain visibility in their area amongst other locations as well, but also gain more clients and generate more revenue.
Awesome, awesome. Hopefully I won't get booted off, but thank you ladies for being a part of this panel. And of course, the very first question I am going to ask, and I'm just going to just call everybody's name, but why did you want to be part of?
Oh man,
Oh, buddy.
she's gone again. Oh
I'll
boy.
jump in. Why? I don't know what is going
I
on. It's like,
know. Oh,
Lord
there
have
she is. She's
mercy.
back.
There she goes.
I,
Yes.
It's gonna be good. That means it's gonna be extra, extra
It's
good.
gonna be extra.
Yes,
Yeah, you
yes.
sound good, crispy, crispy. We can hear you now, Dr. Lena. So, Karen, while Karen is figuring it out, we'll go ahead. I'm pretty sure the question is, why did you guys decide to be a part of this book, especially with the topic? So, just tell us all, like, how did this topic resonate with you, and what made you decide to join and be a part of this project? Dr. Bertha, we're gonna start with you.
Yes. When Karen asked me to be a part of the book, it resonated with me because I wrote a book, Love Like You Never Been Hurt. And in my book, I talked about going through abuse. It wasn't domestic violence, but pain and abuse is abuse. So I was abused by my foster sister by abusing me physically, and then
Mm.
other things happen as well. So I was like, well, people need to hear about this. I have a voice, I have something to say. And because love is the ultimate, and if you love people, you won't hurt them. So it made me think about the people that I was supposed to love and support me and protect me. They abused me. So that was the reason I wanted to be a part of the project.
Hmm.
Wow.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you for the, being vulnerable here, everybody, because, I know that takes a lot. I see Karen, it looks like she might be popping back in. So I'm going to bring her back in a second. But Dr. Lena, I know you were introducing yourself. Can you reintroduce yourself and also let us know why you decided to be in this project?
Yes. So again, so listen, the one device has the camera working, and then the other device has the mic working. So y'all work with me. I don't know what it is. To me, it's just saying that something is about to take place, right? So I
Right.
don't know who it's for, but I hope y'all holding tight because I feel like this is
Amen.
going to be really impactful. So my name is Dr. Lena Pate Webb, and I empower coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs to increase their impact, their influence, and their income using self help books, custom coloring books, workbooks, and journals. So, one of the reasons I decided to be a part of this project was because it's a needed topic, right? We hear about it in passing, but nobody really digs into the effects of it, or how it affects your family, or even how to get through it. So I just know it's a needed topic. If we're on this call tonight, right, this is just a few of us. Just imagine the other people, men and women, right, who have experienced
Right.
such things as this. So it's a needed topic, and nobody really creates a space, a safe place where you can talk about what happened to you, how you overcame it, to help somebody else. That's the whole point, right? We went through this stuff, but we want to help somebody else that's going through it, because unfortunately it still goes on. So that's why I elected to be part of this book.
Thank you so much. And Karen, I think we got you now. Girl, you
yes.
got that look. You got to look where you can't see
Woo!
my.
I'm
But no,
telling you, this conference is going to change. I mean, it's literally going to change somebody's life, because for whatever reason it keeps booting me off. Don't want me to be a part of it, but I am a part of it. Okay, deal with it. So, I don't know who hasn't said why they wanted to be a part of this amazing project. Okay, Dr. Moyetta, you can go head on.
Okay. I wanted to be a part of this project because the Holy Spirit had actually gave me the same title about a year ago. And so I took the title and put it on my to-do list of books to write. And when the opportunity presented itself, I felt it was better to collaborate than to write it as a solo author. And I'm glad I did, because now it gave me the opportunity to work with other authors and to let me know that I wasn't the only one that knew love didn't hurt or love doesn't hurt.
Thank you. Thank you, Antoinette.
Okay, I wanted to collaborate on this book basically because of, first off, my interaction with you, Miss Karen. Um, we had the opportunity to talk about the upcoming book during a tattoo session, and we were able to relate on the topic of knowing that love doesn't hurt and the fact of having to go through that type of mental or physical abuse. So, knowing that there were a group of women that not only have their story, but have a story relatable to mine, I felt like it was a great thing to do because, like we all want to do, we definitely want to help people go through the struggle and understand that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So that was my purpose in doing it.
Well, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I thank each and every one of you. I also thank the other ones that are not here with us right now on this panel. But I want you all to know without you all, there wouldn't have been a collaboration book. And I'm telling you, it's going to be life changing. Just to hear and interview each and every one of you, I was just in awe and inspired even by your stories. So I thank you for agreeing to be a part of this project, because without you there would be no Love Doesn't Hurt conference, there wouldn't be a Love Doesn't Hurt book. And so I thank you. So the next question I want to ask, I'm gonna start with Antoinette with this question.
Okay. Oh,
Karen, I don't know if you can hear us. Maybe try to connect with another device. I don't even know what the question was going to be. There she go.
right.
Is there another
Okay, I'm
device that
back.
you can connect with,
I
Karen?
want everybody to answer this question, but
Okay.
what would you say was the highlight of this project for you?
Hmm. Okay, I'll answer that first. The highlight of this project was actually being involved in doing it. The entire thing, actually, it allowed me to deal with my past and what all I had gone through and express it and get it out there so that people did know. Because there are a lot of people that aren't aware of the situation I went through. So when I was able to get that out, it was more like therapy for myself. Anyone else want to chime in?
Okay, who else like just jump on in, whoever wants to go
Right.
next.
Okay, I'm back now.
Okay.
um, my highlight of the being a part of this project was that, we all have a voice. We've all been through trauma. We've all been through pain, and that to share with other people that if we can survive and from what we've gone through, that they can too. That there's still hope for them, and to allow them to know that we, don't not to let their past dictate their destiny, because we went through those things. They are obstacles. They're not obstacles for us anymore. We've overcome. So that that was one of my highlights of it, to share with people that they could be healed from these things. That's not the end of the world. We all can be healed. God will heal you, but you first got to acknowledge it and heal yourself through through God healing yourself. So I wanted someone to be healed from what I've gone through, because my story is not for me, it's for someone else to be healed.
Mhm.
We hear you.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we hear.
For me, the highlight of this project was one, it signified that I am stronger since the situation has transpired. Two, not many people have heard my story, and this time around, it allowed me to be able to share my story with more individuals. And three is to let individuals know that you don't have to stay where you are. And for me, also to help prevent others from going through what I went through. Because to me, the red flags were there, but I didn't see them as red flags. They were more like the hand waves of the Miss America, and I ignored them. So, with that being said, I'm glad that I was able to be a part of this collaboration.
Okay. Woo! I'm back. I heard y'all. Y'all
All
did
right.
amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, I I know for myself, I was able to do a little more um looking back when we did, even though I had to interview myself and write my own portion of it, but it also gave me the opportunity to reflect again, looking back at what took place years ago. And I got a sense, even interviewing some of you guys, that with the question that I asked, or the questions that were asked, I got a sense, not all of you all, but some of you all, that it was also still healing for some of you all. um and a lot of times we think that we are healed from something until we have to go back and reflect back on it and see that we see some areas where we can use um some areas of improvement. So I'm going to ask the question, even after reading your story again, did any of you gain any sense of improvement or any sense of reflecting back to cause you to, look at yourself or look at things in your life a little differently after basically reliving it again? And if so, kind of explain it a little bit in less than 2 minutes.
Okay, I'll go first. Yeah, I reflected on the things that had transpired and happened, to me. Those people that violated me, they're one of them is dead now, um, and I had to think about, I could have chose not to forgive, because when you've gone through situations like that, you don't feel that they deserve to be forgiven. But when I became a Christian, it was like, okay, who are you to hold something against someone? You were a sinner, and God died for you, so you have to forgive those people. And when I was reflecting on it and I thought about it, I was like, I kind of like pat myself on the back. I'm so proud of myself. After going through that trauma that I went through, now I'm able to love myself and forgive them and love them too. You know, and my life is full. you know I didn't allow those things to stop me, because when I thought about it, I was like, I could have been anything but a woman of God, or author, or any of those things. I could have been a prostitute, I could have been an alcoholic, I could have been anything. But God spared me from those things. Even though I went through all that trauma, he allowed me to be able to prosper in my life, and I'm just so excited. So yeah, I reflected, but then I thought about it. Go girl, you did it. You didn't let your past
Yes.
dictate your
Mhm.
destiny. So yes, oh
Right.
yeah.
Yes. All right.
Mhm.
Dr. Lena.
Oh, wow, we can't hear you. Yeah, she got two devices going there.
Okay. So I definitely reflected from the time that we wrote the book and thought about a lot of my past and decisions I had made, and a lot of things came from a dark place. A lot of it came from being young and not understanding and think I knew everything, and not paying attention to those red flags that were right there in my face. So with that reflection, and also just praising God for the many blessings that I've obtained since that time, you know, especially there's a segment about my daughter, and I praise God for her every day because she's still here, alive and kicking and doing very well. So the book definitely made me reflect on my past, but it also brought much light and attention to who I am and where I am today, and how I am able to have that conversation with people and let them know that, hey, I've been down that same road as you, and I can relate to them, and it resonates between the both of us, and eventually just move forward from it. You know, we all had that happened to us, and we learned from it, and we learned to move from it and recognize those signs. For example, recently in my life, I thought I was interested in someone, but as soon as I started seeing red flags, it was like, you know what? Nope, that's not it. Keep it moving, and God will bless you with the next. So I definitely, it definitely reflected. I reflected very hard on it, and I'm just appreciative of where I am and what God has blessed me with today.
Okay, Dr. Moyetta. Manietta, I'm sorry.
The collaboration caused me to look at Matthew 22 and 14. Many are called, but few are chosen. And sometimes we don't take into consideration that the things that we are chosen to do in life are not always good. That sometimes it causes us to go through the um, hard times and the hard trials that no one else would dare volunteer to go through. Now, did we actually volunteer to go through our specific situations? Absolutely not. But when we gave a yes, regardless of what that yes looked like, then that is what qualified us to go through what we went through. And in that also reflecting, it made me look at things a little differently because for a while I used to hold on to unforgiveness until I realized Matthew 5 and 44. But I tell you, love your enemies. Um, hold on. Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. And it takes a completely different meaning because
Mhm.
you have to walk just as Jesus walked. And when looking back and reflecting, I realize how far I've come from the time in which I went through what I went through to today, to the point where I am better able to assist and encourage and guide a young woman and let her know from a place of forgiveness and healing and wholeness as opposed to a place of unforgiveness and hurt and bitterness.
Mhm. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Lena.
We can't hear you still.
You muffled. You very
Yeah,
muffled.
you back muffled again.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's like staticky.
Like disconnect and connect back in. So maybe that might work. Let's see if that works. First, let's just go ahead and give it up to our co-authors, our speakers for just the resilience of today. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
this is what life is all about. You know, how do you handle the setbacks? How do you handle the challenges? And I appreciate, you know, even those who are watching this amazing event. It's funny that, you know, in an event like this, like a particular event where we're talking about love and how love doesn't hurt. And even sometimes we don't even understand that some of the setbacks that happen to us without anything that we can do about it. This is something that has nothing to do with user error, right? It's literally just what's happening and we're pushing through because of the important topic of this book. And so Karen, Bertha, Antoinette, Manetta, as well as Lena, thank you guys so much for being here. And just, you know what? We love technology. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to still push through because ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Do it.
Do it.
So I'm gonna go
That's
Right.
ahead and
it.
I'm gonna get on off the screen and I'm gonna bring back Karen. You got the floor.
Well, I'm telling you, I definitely feel and have felt this way for a while. That this conference, not only this conference, but this book is going to be life changing to someone. Because there's someone right now as we speak that's dealing with it right now and don't know how to get out of it. And they're gonna look back at this or read the book, one of our stories, if not every last story in there, and that's going to give them that push of what they need to get out of it and to see that guess what, they're not by themselves. So until Dr. Lena gets back on, before we even finish this panel discussion, if you can leave one advice to someone that may be going through right now, um say something encouraging, inspiring, or whatever it is, what would that be? Starting with Dr. Moyetta.
One piece of advice that I would leave is to definitely not to be afraid to leave. Exit stage left. And when I say that, I want people to understand it's not about gathering up all of your belongings. It's not about negotiating. You don't even have to tell the person you're leaving. Just go. Because when you leave and you make it to a safe place, then you've got the opportunity to start over. Many of us don't leave because we want to negotiate and we think we can make it better. Just leave. You'll be glad you did.
Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Lena, are things better? Huh?
Is it any better?
Say something.
Any better?
You sound muffled. You sound like you're in a hole. But we gonna keep pushing through. We gonna let you tell your part. So let's say something. Let's see.
Better? Any better?
That's much better. Go ahead. Go ahead, Lena. Okay, go ahead, Miss Bertha. Unmute, Miss Bertha.
Okay. I would say, as the other young lady said, leave. Stand up, dust yourself off, empower yourself with affirmation that you can overcome with God's help. We could do all things through Christ that strengthen us. He's ready to guide you through your recovery, lead you into your future, filled with hope. Your best days are not behind you. They are yet to come. So we do not look at what we've been through. We look at what ahead of us. We have a testimony. We're resilient. Just walk through the valley and just come out and just renew yourself, reset yourself, and say, I can make it with or without whomever, because God, you're God's child, and God wants the best for you. So move on. Don't look back. Just keep moving. God has a plan for you, and it's for you to prosper, even be in health, even as your soul prosper. So don't let nothing stop you from being the you that you need to be. So be determined to go for yourself and do what God has called you to do.
All right. Lena,
No, we don't have a.
Antoinette.
Okay, so I would just say, like, piggybacking off of everyone else, leave, leave. It is not the end of the world. There is so much better.
Yeah,
There's so much more to life. There's so much more that you have going for yourself. As soon as you allow that fear to stop overpowering your mindset
yeah,
and put that fear behind you, you'll be better off for yourself.
yes,
And that was my biggest thing. I had a ton of fear of like what I was going to do next,
yeah,
being a single mother, not knowing what was going on next, being young, limited income. I had to sit down and come up with a game plan
yeah,
and decide, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what needs to happen in order for me to be successful and get out of this traumatizing situation. So don't think that that is the end all. I promise you, it's not the end all. There's so much more to life, and don't let that situation stop you from being great.
that's right.
And I will say, and I'm going to I agree with my sisters wholeheartedly, but I will say this, like it was so bluntly put to me. The next time he's going to kill you. So if
Hmm.
you're listening right now, or you have this opportunity to have this book in your hand, or someone has shared this with you, take that as a blessing. And God simply saying, now is the time, because there
Yeah,
are so many that did not get the opportunity to
yeah,
leave.
yeah,
And what was told to me so bluntly, which caused me to take a different look at the whole situation, was this solicitor looking at my mom, saying to her, get things in order, because the next time he's going to kill your daughter. And that was my eye opener. And I was not ready to die. So we stay for whatever reason, keep thinking that it's gonna get better. I'm just gonna tell you the total opposite. What if this is your last time? What if the next time you don't make it out? You deserve so much more. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of life. So I will say to you, there may not be a next time. So if you're listening right now, and that's you, this is your escape plan. It's time to escape, because it may not be a next time. So that would be my advice. And I okay, there we go. Dr. Lena.
All right, how's that?
Okay, yes.
Okay, let
Woo!
me get it out before it cut up again. So I would say to the person watching this or listening, find support. Right. Borrow somebody else's strength until you can get enough of your own to make the moves you need to make to exit the situation. So find support, a family member, a friend. There's agencies, there's support groups, there's uh, resources out there to help you change the scenario. But find support, if not for yourself, for those who love you. Right.
Well,
And then
thank
eventually you're gonna love
you.
yourself enough where you're gonna want to be out of the situation.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, Once again, I don't have my schedule because I had to switch um devices. I know for those that are interested in getting a copy of, excuse me, you can go to love doesn't hurt book.com / and you can put in either one of the co-authors name to get a copy of the book. Karen, Bertha, Moneta, Lena, um who else did I leave out? Anybody else? Antoinette, any of our co-authors, and there is still time to get a copy of the book. So if you go to love doesn't hurt book.com / Karen or the panelists of your choice, you can get a copy of the book. And so, Taria, I think it is time for, is it time for a raffle? I don't have a,
Right, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. So, absolutely awesome. Thank you guys for just pushing through. Y'all drop a nugget that you received from one of our amazing speakers. And I know you guys were like, hey, how do I get a copy of the book? It's very easy. All you got to do, again, as Karen was saying, go to lovedoesn't.hurt.book.com. Love doesn't hurt. And I don't know, to call me a conspiracy theorist, but I feel like ever since we got the new, this new what you call it, Bertha, new level of leadership. It's all type of stuff cutting up, like the internet. Anybody else, drop a one in the chat. If anybody else has experienced some internet challenges, some of the weirdest stuff has been taking place. And so we just got to stay, hopeful and faithful and just keep on pushing through. But we're about to bring on, we just finished our panel discussion. So, yeah, we have an incredible guest that Karen is going to introduce to share a testimonial. And so we're going to bring back Karen. Our panelists, if y'all want to watch from the YouTube, y'all are good to go. Again, let's give it up for our now. Look, Lena. Now all of a sudden, I see you got all the bars on the other camera. And so, of course, but yes, all of our panelists, y'all can jump off and jump over to the YouTube and join everybody in the chat. Again, I know that Ladrika says I need 5 copies to bless someone else. Isn't she amazing? So, yes, please go to lovedoesn'thurtbook.com. You can register, but also if you go to lovedoesn'thurtbook.com / the name of whomever you want to get it from, you can get it from them. Of course, you can reach out to Karen as well. Everybody who registers for tonight will also be receiving a 3-day, 2-night hotel voucher. Okay. All you have to do is activate this voucher, y'all. And literally, you cover the taxes and Karen is going to cover the room. Okay. So you're going to get a 3-day, 2-night hotel voucher. You must make sure that you have registered by going to lovedoesn'thurtbook.com. And then after our testimonial, of course, we have Karen. She's going to be sharing. But before she shares, we're going to do one more raffle. We have another amazing raffle to give away. So let's go ahead and pass it back over to Karen as she brings on our next speaker of the evening. We're going to go ahead and give her a round of applause because I'm going to tell you this, y'all. See, I've been doing this for a long time. Technology is one of my favorite things, but also at the same time, it's a gift and a curse, right? So I love technology. So for me, it's like when stuff like this happens, I'd be like, whatever. But for some folks, y'all, I'm gonna be honest, when you're not a big gadget girl, a techie girl, or a techie guy or girl, it can be a lot. And for this being her very first Love Doesn't Hurt conference, y'all, I want y'all to drop some heart emojis in the chat because hasn't Karen done an incredible job with still orchestrating this, even though her other device kept shutting off on her? She was able to get, I messaged her on the chat. I said, can you find another device? And I know she wanted to use her other one, but she looks beautiful on all of the devices, right? On all the things. And so drop the heart emojis in the chat to let her know how much we appreciate her just staying strong through this because y'all, I promise you, on the low, in the background, Karen dealing with a lot. And so I'm just grateful when I see someone that just continues to push through. And then doesn't she have an amazing group of co-authors as well? So y'all, let's give it up. We're going to give her another round of applause for Karen Larkin.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I I tell you, thank you for that, Taria. A lot of times that's when you know that you're onto something great. When God has an assignment and a calling, when He has put a charge on your life to carry out an assignment, all kind of things come at you from all different angles, but guess what, we still have to learn how to pivot and shift and keep it moving and keep it going. So I know that this is going to change someone. It's not about me, but it's about helping someone else live the best life ever. And with that being said, I appreciate even the ones that register for even sticking with it, staying on here with us because, with things happening the way it is, you could have exit and say, you know what, forget this conference, it's too much going on. So I thank you. I'm grateful. But my next guest that I'm going to bring on, um, I've heard a story before. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. She has an amazing testimony, but not only does she has an amazing testimony, she is when I tell you she is a boss of an entrepreneur, and she did not allow her circumstances to dictate her life and the where she is today. But I just thought it would be fitting for you all to witness a warrior, someone that pushed through the trenches, someone that's making some moves out here. But the beautiful thing about it, she's not just making moves for herself. She's making moves where she's helping other people, other entrepreneurs, blessing them, um showing them, the structure of the business, showing them how they can get funds for their business. I am excited and elated that I am connected to this young lady. I'm going to bring up, she's going to give you a part of her story. Um and I just want y'all to show her some love. Y'all gonna see just how amazing she is. I'm gonna bring Inga Nicole Goodwin to the stage.
And the crowd goes wild. Just kidding, just kidding. So, guys, hey, I'm so excited to be here. This conference is powerful, right? If you don't know by now that love doesn't hurt, then I think that you're really not paying attention to what's been happening here tonight. And I literally have been chiming in, chiming out, and doing other things, but love doesn't hurt. And if you stay plugged in, you could feel it. You could feel it in your spirit. Like literally, first of all, thank you, Karen, for even asking me to be here, for reminding me to be here. Love doesn't hurt. And even the title itself is just penetrates your soul, especially if you're a woman like me that has been through some things. And so I see the chat, y'all. I've been checking in. I see what's going on. And I know that all of us have been through something, whether it's been in a relationship of a long-term type, or if it's been in a short thought that you had made that love connection and you've been love bombed and it just didn't work out. Because as women, I feel like we give out our heart sometimes all too fast and sometimes too often, especially when you're a girl like me who love has hurt from the beginning of time. And that's just the kind of girl that I am. Unfortunately for me, it started out that way. I'm a woman that has suffered through child abuse from a parent. Child abuse, I guess I don't even know what to call brother and sister abuse, but literally fighting my brother every single day as a form of, I guess it's domestic violence before we knew what it was. And that grew me into a young lady that was low self-esteem, low self-worth, low self-value, into college and having a domestic violent partner on my first try at love, the person that I thought was like the most amazing man, like he loved me, he liked me. Oh my goodness. Domestic violence was at every single turn of my life, starting in college and honestly through at least 20 years straight. And I'm that girl that couldn't escape it. I didn't know how. And even when good things happened to me, I didn't feel like I deserved those things. And I'm here to tell you that it's really true. Love doesn't hurt. And when you're willing to do the work, I could go on and tell you this crazy story. I got the story like all of us that have that story of it went down like this and I called the cops and I got a PFA and life just was wild and crazy and raising my children and I just didn't know my way out. But when you find your way out is what's in my heart right now to talk to you about, because I feel like we probably have heard enough stories about women that have been through it. I'm no different than them. I think the difference becomes when you find your way out, when you choose that you deserve better. And that's something I had to do for myself. I decided that I deserve better. And I decided to do the work to be able to receive better. And so what I want to share with you is a story of love happen, right? Love doesn't hurt, but if you let it, love can happen. I found myself after 20 years of domestic violence, and you're right, we just don't know when to leave. But when you find, and I'm just looking at the comment because it came across, when you find and remind yourself every day, as often as you can, that you deserve better. And I'll share my favorite scripture, and I'm not gonna go off on the tangent because I only got a couple minutes here. My favorite scripture, and I put this in my life in every single day and everything that I do, whether it's business or whether it is in relationship. God really literally says that eyes have not seen, nor have ears heard, nor has it entered into the hearts of man what God will do for those who love him. And when I think about how much I know me and God is connected like this, and I know that I trust the word that he gives me, and I know the stories that I see, even if it's a movie that I thought could be for me, even if it's a dream that I thought it could be for me, it might be an Instagram post of somebody in love that I want to be there too. If I know that I can vision it and God can do the rest, how powerful can it be to know that if love don't hurt for them, it doesn't have to hurt for me. And so I want to tell you guys about a time, the lowest time in my life. I found myself in federal prison after 20 years of domestic violence, after all my life of of child abuse from a parent, fighting with my brother and all the things, single mom, everything that the woman could happen has happened to me. I found myself in federal prison at the lowest point of my life. And I remember getting a letter in the mail. And today I never have it, but I have it today. This is a Bible, guys, that I had in federal prison. And there was a young man, I called him young man. He was a young man, had some thing, right? That wrote me a letter. And literally this is the letter. I'm talking about tattered, torn. I was in federal prison for about 4 years. And I've been home now for about 6 years. And this literally is the letter that I got in the mail. And this is a letter that ministered to me. I literally have tears in my eyes right now. And I'm you're trying to suck them tears back. You're like, you're trying to hold them back. This is the letter that I got in the mail from someone that I had known all along. Someone that had seen me go through all the things that I went through. Someone that I'm not saying he wasn't good enough, but in the state of the mind that I was in, he's not someone that I would have considered dating. And in the lowest time of my life, when I didn't think love was real, when I thought that my life was just at a crazy shamble, even though God said greater, right? Like right now, I don't know what's going on. I got this letter. And I'm not going to read the entire letter, but in this letter, it was a letter and it literally said, "This is crazy that I'm even sitting here in my office writing you this letter. I didn't even know you were there. You know, I'm heartbroken. I didn't even know that he thought of me. But you know, I'm heartbroken. Yes, I really am. How are you making out?" He goes on to say, "I miss talking to you and hearing your voice. And I'm looking at your picture as I write this letter." And he literally says, "What is it that you need, or what can I do for you? As a matter of fact, don't worry, I got it." And I say that to say, I share this letter to say, and I could post it on Karen's page so you guys can see it. But let me tell you something. I've been home for 6 going on 7 years. I had a 5-year sentence. I was in prison for only 1 year when I got this letter. And it is from my current partner right now. Call him Blueberry, you guys. Love doesn't hurt. In a time where I had absolutely nothing, more darkness to go before me, and he didn't even know the extent of my time. He wrote me that letter, and he stood up for me in a way that nobody in my entire had ever stood up for me before. And through the darkness of my life, he loved me. He took care of my outside finances, my outside life, looked after my children, checked on my mama, right? When I didn't know that love even existed for me. When I came home, fast forward, we worked together, we built together, we bought homes together, we traveled together. We have been together now. If I count the letter, because I got the letter in February of 2015, it is now 2025. So we're going to go ahead and count them 10 in. And when I tell you, he has never, ever let me down. Everything he ever said he would do, he has done. And even being a woman like me that has some residual, right? PTSD, I've been in some things. I got to stand up for myself. I might got to put my dukes up a couple times. But he literally walks me through my PTSD of domestic violence to remind me, Boo Bear, when you get upset or get nervous or afraid that love hurts, it doesn't. And I'm standing right here to tell you, when you do that, because I'll be like, what you say? What you want to do? When you do that, it makes me not treat you like my Boo Bear, but it makes me feel like I would like to fight you too. But I'm not that kind of person. Let's talk about how you feel. And ladies, when I tell you, this is truly how I was able to begin to heal from a lifetime of domestic violence, because love will win. And when I tell you, if Jesus let it, even if you're afraid, and I still, after 20 years and only 6, 7 years of time to go, I still have a way to go. I still be bucking back, but he still walks me through and lets me know that love will never fail and God will never fail. And while you're listening to the rest of this conference, I want you to know that life has a way for you to make it, if you accept it, to do all the things that you would ever want to do in your life with a partner, not by yourself, because love will win. It absolutely doesn't hurt. I never even said my name because I'm so excited to talk to y'all. But my name is Inga Nicole, and these days I'm actually in love, right? And because of where I was in my life, and finances was my reason for staying in terrible situations. I never thought that I had enough money to save myself and to take care of my children. So today I help women empower themselves by making sure that they have the finances to start their own business, to find their self-worth, and have their own independence by providing them with access to grant funding, providing them access to business funding, and a way to restore their life, because you can do it too. If I can do it, if the ladies here can do it, if Karen can do it, you can do it too. And so I'm excited to be able to share my testimony. And thank you so much, Karen, for having me. Don't make me cut up because you're going to make me start crying. But I'm grateful for you guys. And I know that love wins. It does not hurt. And you can do this too.
wasn't that incredible? Everybody, let us know in the chat. Man, Inga was just amazing. What an amazing testimony. And I always love when, you hear those stories that it's like, man, you had no idea. You know what I mean? Everybody that has been on the panel today and all of the speakers that have been there, it's literally like, I had no idea. And now look at what they are doing and look at how their story is changing lives. I always believe that. I think even Dr. Bertha said it, is that you don't go through what you go through for you. It is bigger than just you. It's about who the people that are going to be impacted by you telling your story, who those people are going to become. And they'll never know unless we share those stories, right? So absolutely incredible. We did lose Karen again, but that's okay. We're going to wait for Karen to come back on, because now it's going to be time for her to share. But what I will tell you is this: we're about to do a giveaway, and I do know what the final giveaway is. So Karen has this amazing line of candles, y'all. So let me go ahead and pull up the win, because we're going to do another win. So of course we had Bertha, who won on our last one, Bertha Smith. And so hold on, let me restart it so we can make sure we can restart it, right? So we're going to do it again. And so what you got to do, guys, is you're going to put in the chat hashtag love in the chat, hashtag love in the chat. You also must be registered. So make sure that you are registered. And if you'll be getting an email. So you'll get an email when you are registered from Karen. So some of you guys, your YouTube name or your Facebook name is not the name that you probably would register under. And so as long as we can confirm that you are who you are, then that'll be great, right? So anyways, again, you must put hashtag love. Hold on. So I'm gonna reset it though. Let me see. Did I reset? I guess we'll just use the same one. So hashtag love, everybody, put it in the chat, and it enters you to win. Hashtag love, hashtag love. Now, this is what Karen is going to be giving away. She has this beautiful line of candles. Oh, she's back. Let's go ahead and add her on here. Oops, not that way. I want to add her this way. Hold on. Let me see. There we go. Only this scene. There she is. And so, Karen, we're about to do this amazing giveaway. And I was telling everybody about your beautiful candle line. I'm holding one of her candles right here, y'all. And this scent, it smells amazing. And so, for those of you guys who love candles, you need to drop in the chat hashtag love so that you get a chance to win. Karen, tell us about your candle line that you have launched. Can you hear me, Karen? Oh, I don't think she can hear me. Well, we're going to go ahead and spin for the win. Can you hear me, Karen?
I can hear you now.
Okay, yes. So tell us about your beautiful candle line. I was telling everybody, you put hashtag love in the chat, you're going to get a chance to win this. But she's giving, look at that. Ooh, yes, fancy. You see, I got mine, and I got one back here burning. So tell us about this candle line, darling.
Oh man, my candle line is absolutely amazing. As an interior designer, I'm really big on aromatherapy. Scent plays an amazing role or part with your mental well-being, your physical well-being. Um Scents can do more than just make a room smell good. They can cause you to relax. Some scents have some medicinal benefits. So I'm really big on scents. And with my very own signature line, I have 6 signature scents. That when you put them in the room, I'm telling you, you don't even have to light them. Ask some of the people that have one. You can simply just take the top off of, and they literally will. Your room will smell amazing before lighting them. But they're all natural. They're made with soy. They 100%. I use essential oils. But so this is our next one, and this is actually a 12 ounce. This is the big one. So, our next winner, this is what you're going to receive: one of my signature scents. But they are amazing. Mmm, heavenly.
Yes. Woo! Listen, Y'all, this is a treat. So we're gonna go ahead and spin for the win. Now, Bertha, if we select your name, Bertha Smith, you already won the gift card, so you can't win twice. So I do apologize. You know we love you though, but you can get you with that 25. You can put that towards getting you one of these candles, right? All right. So
Right.
go ahead and spin for this win. Hold on one sec. Let's go. Let's see. Deshonda! Yay! Congratulations. Look, Deshonda was just in the chat saying, and they smell so good. So, congratulations to Deshonda Jennings. You have won the big candle. Okay,
The big
listen,
one,
it's
baby.
the
Yes.
big deal. So I'm so excited. Well, listen, Karen, we're gonna play. Tell us. I know we hadn't had a chance to talk about your podcast, but I would like for you to share about that. We're gonna play the intro video for that again, and then you will do your final keynote talk. So tell us about your pod.
Yes, is for women of color about women of color. And it's on this podcast where we have real life conversation, ladies. I have guests come on and we talk about real life. And we're looking for solutions, we're looking for answers. We're just looking at issues that really particularly affect my sisters, and just wanting other women to know that they are not alone. Even some of the challenges that we go through as African American women, um not only because we're African American, but we're women. So we just talk. It's about real life conversations, and I mean we hold nothing back. So I do tell people the podcast is for people that are 18 or older, because I want us to be real, relevant, and relatable, and just really say the issues that we're having. So we're talking about relationships, we're talking about health, we're talking about wellness, we're talking about our mental state, we're talking about so many things, women in leadership, how we're viewed, because it is our desire for you to be the best version of yourself, and also to let you know that whatever you're going through, whatever you're dealing with, you're not in this by yourself. You got some sisters out there that we're rooting for you, we're celebrating you. It's about collaborating, it's about celebrating, it's about empowering and uplifting and encouraging my sisters. So we just finished with season 1. We're right now in the process of recording season 2. And yes, all of my guests come to the studio. We sit down, they're in person with me. You can literally um feel the energy coming through the TV screen, through your phone. You can literally feel the energy, because every one of my guests, we connect because we're all about celebrating and uplifting the next sister. So you got to tune in. A new episode drops every Wednesday. I need y'all to go to Sister to Sister podcast. Go ahead on and subscribe. So when season 2 drop, you got to catch up with season 1. So when season 2 drop, y'all will be right there, and let's stick together as sisters to love on one another, to support each other, and to be there for each other. I had one of my guests to say it best. Shows your Collaboration shows your strengths. Competition shows your weaknesses. And so we about collaborating on sister to sister, because we are stronger together than we are individually. And anything that's great, guess what? We can't do it by ourselves. So it takes our sisters, and it takes others to support us. So you got to tune in and check us out. I mean, it's some great information, great gems. I mean, these sisters out here dropping some great nuggets, great tips. I mean, that's going to help you be the best version of yourself. Thank you, Taria, for sister to sister. Stay tuned.
All right, everybody. So now it is time. Okay, we had Karen talk to us about the sister to sister. We had this incredible panel. We had our incredible keynote speakers and our amazing testimonial. And now to close out this event, guys, we have none other than the lady herself, the young lady who put this amazing project together, guys. And trust and believe this again, I think Dr. Lena said it best. This conversation is needed. This is not going to be the last place that you guys hear about the Love Doesn't Hurt. This is the inaugural conference, Love Doesn't Hurt. And of course, even on the podcast, conversations about this are going to be everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, she is an author. She is a speaker. She is a coach and mentor. Guys, she is also not only on the professional side, a wife, a mother, a sister, a best friend. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our final keynote speaker, none other than the Karen Larkin.
Hello, I'm back. Thank you all. Thank you all for tuning in. So I'm going to close us out. Um if you have enjoyed yourself thus far, how about you drop a 1 in the chat? If you have enjoyed yourself this far, drop a 1 in the chat, or give me some hearts, or hey, whoop whoop, because I'm telling you, this conference has been, oh my goodness, it has been top tier this far. So I'm going to be speaking to you all on this evening about pursuing your life. Prioritize, plan, and prepare. And as I said, I am Karen Larkin. I help individuals that have or struggle with depression, being overwhelmed, struggle with procrastination, stress. I help them create peaceful and tranquil environments that will cultivate productivity and creativity, decrease stress and anxiety, all while promoting your overall well-being. So basically, I want to talk to you tonight about pursuing your life with these 3 principles: prioritize, plan, and prepare. But we're gonna look at those 3 P's through a different set of lenses. So a little backdrop about my about me. I've been doing this now. I've been doing it all of my life. I became an interior designer full time in 20. Well, for those that do not know, in 23 I was diagnosed with breast cancer. End up being stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. And I remember speaking at Authors All Star 2023, which was also my very first treatment. I went there with the intentions on not speaking, but God said to me, I need you to pivot and shift. And it was those two words, pivot and shift, that changed my life. I end up speaking because the Lord told me I had to, but it also was the Lord talking to me, regardless of what happens in your life, regardless of what adversities that we face, what oppositions come our way. We have to learn how to pivot and shift. And that literally took place in my life. And so, what I had to end up doing with my own space, I had to create an atmosphere, because I'm really, really big on the space in which we live in. And the space that we live in has the ability to either drain us and suck us dry, or it has the ability to give us energy and uplift us and propel us into the next. So I'm gonna ask you the question: which one do you want? Do you want a space that's gonna drain you, suck the life out of you, where you have no energy, or do you want to create an environment that is going to propel you into the next? So I literally had to create an environment, not so much for propelling me to where God was getting ready to take me, but propelling me and creating an environment that was conducive for my healing. Because June of last year, I am coming up on a year that I have been cancer free. Woo, woo. So it was all because I had to pivot and shift, but I also had to get my space together. So I'm talking to you tonight on pursuing your life. So you got to prioritize, you got to plan, and you got to prepare. So what do you mean by prioritize? We got to begin to identify those things in our life that really matters. Pretty much everyone that's on here, either you work for someone or you work for yourself, or you're a mother, or you're a sister, or you do something at the church. But this is the thing: you got to prioritize your life. What are the things that really matter? So as we're going through this, I want you to write down three things, three areas in your life right now that's a priority to you. I'll give you a few minutes to do that, but I want you to write down three things that are a priority in your life. And with this, when we are prioritizing, we gotta prioritize things that's gonna cause us to have balance, that's going to cause us to be less stressful. Um, how what are these things, or how are these things serving us in our life? So there are things that I need you to reflect on when you're prioritizing, or when you're looking at prioritizing your life. Reflect on your values. Assess your current situation. Reflect on your values. Assess your current situations. And I'm going to need you to set some clear intentions. So I want you to look at those three things that are at the priority list, or the top of your priority list. I want you to reflect on your values. Take a look at them. What does it mean to you? What is most what is it that can cause you to connect, or be more productive, or to be creative, or to take you out of your comfort zone? But then I want you to assess your current situation. That means assess what's going on in your life right now. Think about those things that may be stopping you from getting to where it is that you need to be, that you need to get to, or that you're trying to get to. And then I also want you to look at your space. I want you to assess your current space right now. Right now, based on what I said earlier, is it draining you, or is it sucking the life out of you where you have no energy, or is it a boost of energy that's propelling you or pushing you into your next? And then I need you to set some clear intentions. It's all about intentionality. It's all about being intentional. Where it is that you're going, what it is that you want to accomplish. How are you moving in life? Have you set any boundaries? Um, all of these things, you got to have clear and concise intentions. How you gonna get there? How you gonna do it? With all of this that goes on in your life, how is it going to happen? Okay, when oppositions and those things come to you, how you gonna pivot and shift? Because see, you don't just stop because it happens. You got to keep going. So now it's about being intentional. So that is the first thing. We got to prioritize, because now what we're doing, we're prioritizing our life. We got to heal and we got to become productive. You heard what I said? We got to heal and we got to come productive and we got to keep moving. Just because life happens, it doesn't mean that we stop. We may just have to pivot, and here we go. We're going to shift, but we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep going. So the next thing is plan. When you look at that list of the prioritizing your life, now it's time to plan. How you going to get there? What is it that you got to eliminate in your life? What is it that's in your space that's hindering you? One thing that I like to tell people, the best indication of what's going on in your life is I want you to take a look at what's going on in your space. That's going to tell you. That's the best indication of what's going on in your life. If your space is all cluttered, all jacked up, all chaotic, then guess what? Your lives tend to be chaotic, jacked up. You don't have a sense of direction. You're just moving. You don't have a plan. And as you know, we've said it, you hear it all the time. You fail to plan, you plan to fail. Point blank. So if you ain't got a plan, what you gonna do? So, and I like to, and what I want you to look at this plan as your roadmap. So now we're fixing to look at our space. So you're already looking at the roadmap of your life, but now you got to look at this roadmap that's in your space. And research and studies have shown that beautiful aesthetic reduce stress and anxiety, enhance creativity and cognitive function, and it promotes healing and emotional balance. Now, this is what research and studies have shown. When your space is aesthetically pleasing, these things actually trigger a mental response that causes us to do. It can reduce stress and anxiety. It enhances our creativity. And it helps with our cognitive function, and it promotes healing and emotional balance. Yes, I said it. It promotes healing and emotional balance. So it's a part, the beautiful aesthetics become part of your DNA. This is what's going to help push you while you're pursuing your life. And then the third thing And in okay, let me back up. So when we're in this planning, and we're looking at our space and comparing it to our life. So now we got to first decide on a space that we want to use that's going to function for us based on our goals, our dreams, our intentions, what it is that we're doing. We got to create that space. It has to. So basically, you got to zone your space. You heard what I said. You're gonna zone your space. You know how they zone areas for commercial, residential. Well, guess what you gotta do? You gotta zone your space. This is my space because it's gonna be that space that's gonna help push you into where it is that you're trying to go. And I don't care what anybody say, you gotta declutter and you gotta simplify. All of this is part of the plan. You got to declutter and simplify your life. That's going to help bring harmony. It's going to help bring balance. And believe it or not, guess what? It's going to release some stress. And you got to incorporate healing elements in your space. What do we mean by healing elements? Any of those things that promote balance, peace, aromatherapy, like I just said.
Karen will be back in just a minute, y'all. Wasn't this good? Drop a nugget that you guys have received so far. Drop a nugget in the chat, guys. I can tell you and attest to the fact I actually hired Karen and her team to create peace in my office. And I am not a decorator. I'm not great at it at all, but it's not even about just decorating for me. I thought at first I was bringing her in to decorate the space, but literally, when I tell you being in that office, I preferred being in my office than being in my house. And I love my bed. I love my bed. So drop a nugget in the chat that you guys have received so far as we wait for Karen to come back, guys. Again, this is nothing. It's not a big deal. We just gonna keep this party going. But this has been amazing. Also, what did she say? Pivot and shift, guys. We got to be willing to pivot and shift. And to me, just even when I think about what she does, when I think about pivot and shift, I think about the fact that sometimes even within our own space, we've got to be willing to pivot and shift. If the space is not giving us what we need, then we must be willing to pivot. So let's go ahead and see what you guys are saying in the chat. Vernay says decluttering for sure. Yes, we must declutter. Bertha says received. Yes, ma'am, received. And so go ahead and put in the chat while we wait for Karen to come back on the rest of her amazing, powerful talk that we are receiving here on today. Hold on, let me remove some of these items on the thing. But let me see what else you guys talking about in the chat, which I got over here. Yes, hired. Yes, Deshauna says I hired her too. Didn't realize how cluttered my space was and all the things I was holding on to. Ooh, that is absolutely powerful. Serving no purpose. How many of us can relate to that as well? Just holding on to items that are absolutely not serving any purpose. We're not utilizing them, and then when we release them, it's like, man, we open up the opportunity for even more. And so we'll still keep on waiting for Karen to come back so that she can share more with us. Drop in the chat, guys, and let us know what other nuggets you guys have received. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me make sure, because am I looking blurry, y'all? I'm not looking blurry, am I? Just want to make sure. I just want to make sure. Let me see. Let's see what it look like. I don't think so. But anyways, y'all drop in the chat and let us know. Also, where are you guys chiming in from? Where is everybody chiming in from? What city and state are you chiming in from? Let me know in the chat. Where are you guys chiming in from? So I'm not sure. I hope Karen is going to make it back on here tonight. Where is she at? Milledgeville. Oh, wonderful. I'm so excited. I'm actually traveling into Milledgeville this Friday to record for Sister to Sister, the podcast with Karen Larkin. And so I'll be there on this weekend. Hello, Katrina, watching on Facebook. Hello, Ladrika, John, everybody that's watching us on Facebook. I hope that Karen is going to come back. Let's see here. Where else are you guys at? Oh, I am a little blurry. What in the world? I'll tell you guys. That's okay. We're just going to keep it moving. Absolutely awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. All right. Let's see if that fixed it a little bit. All right, guys. Well, Karen, we're gonna wait for you to see if you're coming back on here. I mean, her talk was absolutely powerful. So let me just double check. Her device might have died. The power might have went out. Hello, Ernie. Ernie is in the house. Welcome in, Ernie. Hello, hello, hello. Again, guys, if you are interested in learning how to get a copy of this incredible book as well, all you got to do, hold on, let me make sure I turn that off. Okay, great. All you got to do, guys, is go to Love Doesn't Hurt Book. So that's the name of the book, name of the conference. It's so easy to remember. lovedoesn'thurtbook.com. Go ahead and just register. You will be able to get an email from Karen, and or you can just go to lovedoesn'thurtbook.com / whatever name of the author. So if somebody invited you to be here, just reach out to them so that they can actually tell you where to go to get a autographed copy of their book. Washington State. My office lab is a zen space, the most organized space in my home. Listen, I'm with you. No wonder I love spending listen, that makes so much sense, right? The place where it is most organized is probably going to be where you enjoy being the most. And I'm going to be honest, y'all, even like where she was talking about the cluttering, I can even tell the difference sometimes when like my house, or like, when you first wash clothes, any of my single people like that don't have nobody that they live with, y'all know our beds sometimes be it'd be our storage. It'll be our storage unit for our clothes, right? Until we feel like folding them up. I always sleep differently when I fold my clothes and put them away versus when I just leave them on the bed. I always sleep better. And so, absolutely, I totally get it, guys. I don't know if Karen is making it back on. I don't want to hold you guys up, but Karen definitely had an incredible opportunity. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do because I'm a testament of how amazing being able to work with Karen. And I'm going to tell you guys, if I could just share another additional testimonial. It's not only a lot of times we think that, well, I just need you to come and decorate my space and that's it. Sometimes it's way more than that. Because a lot of the things that we think about, even like where I shared the testimony of sometimes where I'll have clothes just sitting on the other side of the bed. A lot of the things that we do and don't do are directly connected to maybe some of the experiences that we've had in our lives. Whether it be trauma or whether it be amazing breakthroughs, connections, etc. And when I worked with Karen and I hired her team to come out and completely redo my office, I thought I was just paying for someone to come in and just design it. But what I learned was that what Karen brings to your space is so much more than just a design. In fact, one of the things I know that she asked me, she said, well, tell me, Taria, what is your ultimate goal of how you want to feel when you're in this space? And for me, I said, I just want to be very productive. I want to feel at ease. I want to be comfortable. And through that process, she didn't just create a space, but she created a space where it was able to embody all of those things. And I know that Karen is actually launching an incredible program. And I know that, with her even having these difficulties, that's okay. I'm going to have her come on another day to just broadcast live her talk so you guys can get a full. But everybody drop a $ in the chat if you know that right now you maybe are not operating at 100% and it possibly could be in alignment with your space. Drop a dollar sign in a chat if it possibly, you're not fully sure, but you know that maybe I am not fully in a space that is allowing me to operate at 100%, whether it's mentally, whether it's physically, whether it's spiritually, all of the leads. Okay, drop a dollar sign in the chat, because this is what Karen is going to do. So Karen is offering, she has a brand new program that she's going to be launching. And she, listen, all of that, right? Balance and stuff, right? And so Karen is launching this program, and she's making it available to a limited number of people. And everybody that dropped the dollar sign, or that maybe you're watching the replay and you're going to drop the dollar sign, I want you to make sure, listen to me, Vernay. Listen to me. Deshawnda's already been a part of this program, so she can testify. Essie. Listen to me, Bertha, right? Everybody that's dropping that dollar sign, or you're watching the replay, Karen is launching a new program. And she told me on tonight, before we got started, that she's going to be offering a very special scholarship to anyone who takes advantage of this opportunity. So what you need to do for everybody right now, everybody that's watching this, you need to go to this link. You must go to lovedoesn'thurtbook.com. You must register for free for this event, and we'll make sure to even send you the replay. Now, what's going to happen is everybody that is registered for this event, Karen is going to be reaching out to you within the next 24 to 48 business hours, okay? And she is going to be able to connect with you and talk to you more about what are your goals. Where is it? Because it's not just about decorating a space. Because this is the thing, and this is one thing I know for sure. If mentally we're not where we want to be, and I've seen this happen in different ways, kind of like, for example, like mentally, if you're not ready to receive $1 million, guess what will happen when you get the $1 million? You're going to spend it all. That's why the statistics show when majority of most people win the lottery, they end up being in, and I'm sure Dr. Bertha can talk about this too, they end up being in way more debt and even in worse positions than before they even won the lottery, right? And so the thing goes like this. Yes, we can go and say, yeah, let's go ahead and create a new space. But if mentally we're not where we need to be, spiritually we're not where we need to be, guess what's going to happen to that space? Like if we are used to living in the clutter, we're used to acquiring a whole lot of things, guess what we're going to end up doing? We're going to just declutter or reclutter that space. Does that make sense? And one of the things that I love so much about Karen and her program is that it's in alignment with not only let's just, put a Band-Aid over everything by just reorganizing, but let's also identify what's going on within here and within here. And so her program is absolutely phenomenal, guys. And all you need to do is make sure that you have registered by going to lovedoesn'thurtbook.com. Because once you are registered, not only are you going to get a 3-day, 2-night hotel voucher, but we're also going to bless you with an opportunity to get on the line with Karen so she can have a design conversation with you. And this design is not only just about designing your house or your office space, but designing what's going on in here. Because we got to be able to go in here to go out here. Does that make sense, y'all? If that makes sense, just let me know in the chat. And so I'm super excited about this program. And only those of you tonight, you will be able to take advantage of the scholarship that she's going to be offering to each and every one of you. So again, guys, make sure that you have registered by going to lovedoesn'thurtbook.com. lovedoesn'thurtbook.com. Make sure that you are registered there so that you can be able to get the message, because she's going to definitely send you a message within the next 24 to 48 business hours. All right, you guys. Well, God bless you all. Karen, I don't know what happened. We love you. Yes, pivot, baby. Pivot, baby. So we will see you guys on the next conference. God bless you all. I'm going to go ahead and play Sister to Sister, and we're going to close this out.